Hello, everybody. Welcome back to Sean's Little Talk Show, episode number 2. We're going to talk about what we did this week. We celebrated Celeste's birthday, which was awesome. She turned old. We won't disclose her age unless you know her, then you know it already. We're going to go over some things. I'm Sean.
I'm Celeste.
And we're going to talk about everything. A lot of our friends were suggesting we stick to a topic and talk about it, but we kind of like to just talk about what we went through over the last week. So we're going to keep it as a simple thing for now. Maybe one day we'll adapt and get some new stuff going. We had some great ideas shot to us from friends and close relatives and some other people, who knows. Well, we'll get to those. We'll open those suggestions up. And we liked some, we did some. We're going to keep this straightly talking. We're not going to do any videos, so I'm sorry, no animations from us. But we did, however, we are going to include some pictures from the events that took place in the week. We're going to try and get a little better at taking pictures throughout the whole week so you can kind of get a whole glimpse of it. But for now, we got some good ones. We went to a Comic-Con and whatnot, so we're going to give you those. But first, we'll start out plain old boring. Week wasn't that great. Work, work, work. I didn't think anything exciting happened too much. I mean, how about
No,
you?
it's the same as it always is. You know, you go to work, you stress out over work, you come home, you pass out. I sit around trying to wake you back up and rinse and repeat.
Yep, I love my naps.
I don't.
Go to bed. We go to bed a little later, so I'm out there mowing lawns and blowing dirt and whatnot. So I like to come home and I doze off for a little bit, especially because I come home earlier than her, and I kind of like to just doze off while waiting. I'm kind of bored hanging out by myself. So I mean, I'm getting a little more productive lately. Been working on my laptop.
Oh, yeah.
I started working out a little bit more again. I had stopped for 2 weeks or so, so I picked it back up because now our house is getting pretty clean. Um, Picked up some new Magic cards. Been playing that. Trying to get some new decks built. We have a lot of friends play Magic. We've been talking about last time disorders and anxieties. I was okay. Blah 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 blah. Let's skip through the week. I mean, I hung out with the neighbors a little bit.
Yeah, you've
Um,
been getting more into like, you guys kick the ball around down, stairs.
we don't kick it down the stairs. I go downstairs and in our little grass area out front,
No,
we
you kick it and hit my car with
we
it.
hit everyone's car with it. We kick the ball. We hit everyone's car. It's cool.
It's okay,
We
no
get yelled
damage.
at, motherfuckers. Even I yell. I kick it and hit my own car. I'm like, God damn you, son of a. Oh wait, my bad. So it's been fun. I uh, I think I did something to my ankle, man, because it's been killing me lately.
Uh-huh. Every few, hours or so, I have to rub it and flex it and stretch it and
Yeah, it's
do everything to pamper you.
pampered. I'm pampered, ladies and gentlemen. Be jealous. Let's scurry on through the work week. Did anything happen at work that was exciting?
No, not entirely. I mean, they celebrated my birthday at work, which was kind of nice. We had cake that my coworker's daughter had made, so that was pretty nice.
Oh, cool. And you got some gift cards
Oh
and
yeah, I got a few gift cards from some of my coworkers. They're so awesome. I mean, they're so kind and giving, and it makes me feel bad because it's like more often than not, I'm too broke to get them anything, but I know that's not what they intend.
yeah.
No one gives gifts with the intention of getting them back. Well, not everyone, but
Unless it's you, listener, you want something back. We give you this, and you're like, oh hell no.
No, but aside from that, I mean, nothing else really happened at work. It was just normal.
Yeah, yeah. Today we have rain.
Oh yes, it's wonderful.
It is the 25th of April, and outside it's just pouring down. It's nice for our change. It's getting a little hot and a little windy, so it's good to have a little wetness.
Yes, and smell out here is nothing like back home. It's all entirely different. That was one of the things that blew my mind when we moved here was the fact that the rain in California smells different than when it rains here. And I understand why, because the plant life is all different. It's a different type of dirt. Like the whole atmosphere is just entirely different.
Yeah,
Considering this is more of a desert area, that's more of a valley area. So, but it is very wonderful.
good. That's good. Different smells.
Oh
It
yeah.
was enjoyable. I kicked the ball a little bit out in the rain today. It was fun. So that was our work week. Ooh yeah. Ooh. Didn't have any work on Saturday. Neither did she, which was good. We both had a Saturday off finally in good long while.
And for good reason.
I know. We got to celebrate your birthday, and let's talk about that. How do you want to explain how old you are or no?
No, we'll leave that for people to just kind of make their own assumptions. I mean, I'll give you a hint. I'm younger than 100, so you just go off of that.
But she's older than 10. She's not legal.
Let's hope.
She might be legal.
Maybe.
She's very legal for legal rights.
Just so Sean doesn't have that coming back at him.
Yes. I don't need to be considered a pedophile now.
No, but it was definitely a fun day though. Like Sean said earlier, we went to a comic convention. It was called Wizard World.
Yeah, Wizard World, that's what it was. I kept saying Con, but it
And
was
it's
Wizard
interesting because they call it Wizard World, but it was a lot of,
Cinema.
yeah, a lot of cinema. There's Marvel, DC, a lot of
A
that
lot of like
actually.
AMC.
AMC, yeah, Walking Dead.
There was a lot of The Walking Dead.
There were a lot of different things, but
It was good. I mean, we saw. We actually got to talk and meet some people, so let's slowly go through this role, and we'll put pictures up in this episode as we start to talk about it. It'll flash up on here instead of seeing our 2119 productions. And if you have any questions about that, go ahead and ask. Leave it in the comments below. So we'll let you know what 2119 Productions is. Maybe, who knows? Probably not. So we get there, driving up. It wasn't too pricey or anything. We parked a little far away because we thought it was in a different building. But
yeah, we're a little mistaken on that one, but it's all right.
what did you think when we walked in?
Well, when we walked in, I was just confused because I didn't know where the hell to go. So, I mean, we guessed right going up to the booth, and people there, people at comic conventions are so friendly. They're so, like, just upbeat, real, what's the word I'm looking for? Outgoing. So,
Yeah, positive people.
oh yeah, they were super nice. They gave us our tickets. We went right up and we went in, and it's just like any other comic convention where it's got booths set up with merchandise, T-shirts, action figures, art prints. There were a lot of artists there, so it was really neat. But a lot of cosplayers. We took so many pictures with cosplayers. It was awesome though, because they were all in such it was such good nature. I mean, they were all so kind. They were more than happy to have their picture taken with you and everything. They're more than happy to pose with you.
Yeah, I think that's just natural with the idea of cosplaying. Everyone knows you're going to want pictures,
Oh
especially the
yeah.
people who aren't dressed. They'll be like, "Hey, let's take pictures. Hey, let's take pictures." And I mean, eventually it gets tiresome, but
Well, yeah,
that's why you're there.
we could tell by the end of the day that some of the cosplayers we were walking up to were just like, oh yeah, sure. You could tell they were just a little more dragged down than before.
Yeah. So it was fun seeing the different style of Comic Con there because we went to a SapCon in Sacramento, a small little thing with some friends. We were cruising around up there and whatnot, and it was all right. It wasn't as I wouldn't say it was bad, but it wasn't great or anything. So this one definitely topped it and took the cake, and it was cool. We got to take some pictures and see some people. I mean, one of the people we got to meet Lou Ferrigno. He was cool. Yeah, we got to meet Billy Martin, got an autograph on a poster. He was pretty cool. Chill stuff.
Yeah, apparently he's making his own, what was it, like a comic series, and he decided to start making villains for the different states of
Yeah,
the U.S.
heroes and villains of every state. And so far for Nevada, we have the High Roller villain. Maybe you can Google that and get an image. Check it out.
Or we could just post up the picture.
We could just post up the picture. She's such intelligent sometimes.
Such intelligent.
See, I'm not intelligent.
You can be sometimes when you put your mind to it the way that intelligent people do.
Yeah, the way intelligent people do.
No, I think out of my ass.
Well,
no, but he wasn't the only exciting person we saw.
no. We also got to meet Michael Rooker,
Oh
which
man.
is a great guy from Guardian of the Galaxy. He plays Yondu, and he was in The Walking Dead. He played Merle, which was Daryl's brother. He is no longer in the series, but he was a great guy for the beginning.
Oh yeah.
So he
And he's been in countless movies playing the bad guy, and just for playing the bad guy all the time, he is so cool. As soon as he walked in, he was saying hey to this dude who was cosplaying as Daryl, and he walked by, a big old smile on his face, just happy to be there. And
yeah, I think what he said when he walked by Daryl, "Why'd you let me die, Daryl?" I think that's what he said. I'm not positive. Don't quote me, but
yeah, he is a cool guy though, because we got to walk up there and we said hi, and we went ahead and took a picture with him, actually a couple pictures, but he went ahead and held the phone and took the selfies, and he was all excited. I think he's just happy that people actually, appreciate his acting and
Yeah.
still like him and whatnot, even though he's always playing the bad guy. But he's so friendly. That guy was
Oh,
so nice.
yeah. He was pretty cool. And we got to. We didn't take pictures with a lot of these people because we do respect that they were requesting some money for photos, even with your own phone. So we didn't take a lot of pictures. We didn't want to steal any of their income. So we didn't meet a lot of people. I mean, we met Hercules. If anybody used to watch the old show back in the '90s with Kevin Sorbo, great guy, chill. He's just he's still just down to earth, and
Yeah, he was.
so he was cool. We met multiple casts from The Walking Dead, listing by character name. We met Beth. We met the preacher. We met Abraham.
And they were all so nice. They were all super cool. They were just happy that, we came up and talked to them and everything. I mean, this was toward the end of the day, so you could tell they were a little more tired. Like, all right, it started to drag a little bit. I think the guy who played as Abraham was probably the most friendly.
Yeah.
But Beth was talkative too a little bit. I mean, she was telling us that I guess she's releasing an album in December, I think she said.
Yeah, coming up soon. She's releasing a single, which is going to be on her new album, which comes out soon, also. But I don't know. I don't remember the dates exactly. But her name is Emily Kinney. If you just want to check it out and
Yeah.
find out,
But she was sweet.
yeah. We told her we cried when she passed away in The Walking Dead,
Oh,
which was true. It was a very sad moment.
yeah.
But
Well, because no one was really expecting it. I mean, that just
yeah, it kind of came out of
unfolded
nowhere.
suddenly.
Yeah.
Even though Facebook was an asshole and decided to spoil it for me before I had watched it, I still had to keep it to myself. But
Yeah. Fucking fuck that.
always count on social media to ruin the movies or TV shows that you have not seen yet.
Yeah.
So aside from that, the other guy who we got to talk to was the guy who played as Rocco in Boondock Saints. And that guy was cool. That guy was talking to us for
Oh,
forever. Oh man, he
he
was.
was going places with
Oh
his
yeah.
words.
Oh yeah, but he was telling us all about it. He was talking about, all the possibilities of the release of they were saying they were either going to do a third movie or they were going to do a series or both. But he was going on and on about it and it was cool to just talk to him.
The priest from The Walking Dead, or the preacher, whatever you want to call him, Seth Gilliam, I think his name is. How you pronounce it? I'm not sure. The black man. Cool guy, chill. I called him an asshole when I walked up because, in the show he's an asshole, but I told him I was kidding.
Yeah, he laughed it off. He thought it was funny.
Yeah, he joked with us. It was good. We didn't get to talk to Stephen Yun, who plays Glenn in The Walking Dead, but we did manage to get a picture of him, wandering around and whatnot, so that was cool. Who else did we talk to?
um, I'm trying to think. Oh, we talked to the guy who played as Peter Petrelli in Heroes.
Oh, yes, we did, huh?
Yeah, and that guy was cool. That guy was nice too. He was actually sitting there talking to us for a little
Yeah,
while.
he talked for a good amount of time. It was cool and fun. And
These people were shaking their hands and we're all excited because, like, oh my god, I touched a celebrity.
I touched a celebrity.
We made hand
Celeste.
contact.
Yeah, Celeste is very starstruck by celebrities recently.
Oh man, the moment that, Michael Rooker was the first person we saw, and just that he walked by, all of a sudden I was just like, oh my god, Sean! Sean, he walked by, I saw his face! Sean, I'm so excited! I was going crazy.
It was a good reaction, and it was fun because I've never seen somebody so starstruck. I've been around like musicians that are famous and
Oh
whatnot.
yeah.
I don't know if I've ever really met any actors or actresses, but
Hey, technically Ivan Moody is an actor.
Ivan Moody. Anyway, I get starstruck like that. Yeah, it's fun stuff, and it was good. I mean, it's good to see your reaction, especially because this was for your birthday. That you were super excited over seeing all these people and getting some autographs. We actually got. Uh, we'll post it up on here, but we do have a selfie with Michael Rooker. He did take my phone and he took the pictures of all three of us, so it was really cool.
Yeah, that one was definitely fun. But even aside from that, just, if I weren't here with you, I wouldn't have taken near as many pictures with cosplayers, and, so you actually made it a lot more fun than it would be if I were just by myself.
Well, yeah, you go to these things, you don't want to go to these things and, oh, I saw people dressed up as this, I saw people dressed
Yeah.
up as that. Everybody can see it, but when you're there and you take pictures of these people and you've got three different characters aiming their weapons at you or ready to beat your face in.
Yeah.
Those are the moments that you're going to enjoy because you're going to look back and be like, yeah, the Green Ranger was going to pummel my skull in. Or,
Yeah.
Daryl had his crossbow at the back of my neck. He thought I was a walker. You can just, it's more enjoyable, I think.
Oh yeah, but I've always had a personality that's a lot more shy, so I mean, having you around to kind of bring out that more outgoing side of me and talk me into like I was not willing to talk to those actors at all until you pretty much just dragged me over there.
Well, yeah, because, they appreciate when you come say hi. I mean, yeah, they're tired and they don't want to be there all day, but, you know, the reason that they're even actors and famous and popular is because of fans like us who go and admire them. We admire their work and we show them respect. We do. I mean, we didn't have a lot of money to go have a picture from every one of them and autograph from every one of them, but we did go up and we gave them our respects.
Yeah.
Like Hercules. This guy I grew up with watching all the time. My aunt got me into this. Xena the Warrior Princess. She wasn't there, but those two shows were more prime to me than some people who watch some different cartoons that I can't even name because they watch those cartoons like, oh, that was my childhood. I'm like, I don't know what that is. I was
Yeah.
I was watching Hercules, man. This guy's the son of Zeus.
Yeah, my excuse when we went up to him and you decided to tell him that I had never seen it was that, when I was a kid, he was even saying, he was going, well, how old are you? What year were you born? I told him, and he goes, oh, when we were producing it, you were 2 years old, so I can see why you wouldn't be watching it. I was like, yeah, I wanted cartoons.
Well, he said you were 2 years old when they shot the first episode.
He said when they were in production.
Yeah,
It's the same difference.
of the first episode.
Same
Still,
difference.
you had years to come up, and I'm not much older than you, so
Well, my parents didn't really watch it either, so there's
yeah. Well,
also
your
that.
parents, I don't know if they like Hercules.
Yeah, I'm sure they do. They made me watch the cartoon Disney version.
Oh, that's Disney. Hercules, Hercules. Fun stuff. So, in a key moment of everything, I mean, I hope we covered most of the famous people we got to see and whatnot, and
Hmm.
what we did. We got pictures with some Deadpool's, the villains I can't remember the names of from the Power Rangers, Spider Man, just all kinds of people, stormtroopers. And I think the most favorite moment of all that is when we got to take a picture, a professional picture, and you guys will enjoy this when we put it up on the screen.
With Sean Patrick Flannery.
Celeste loved it.
Oh man, I was so happy. And I wish we would have gone up and talked to him when we had the chance, but you know what? I'm totally fine with the fact that we got to take that picture because you could tell he was so psyched to be there. I mean, the
Yeah,
fact
he
that,
enjoys his fans.
yeah, by now people could probably see the picture. So I mean, Sean just quickly, we went up there and Sean just goes, quick, pretend you're stealing my girlfriend. And he just hugged onto me, and so I just hugged him back and smiled all big because I was like, oh my god, Sean Patrick Flannery is hugging me.
Hardcore. It was no shared attention. He got her and her alone. The picture shows me standing in the side, which you can probably see right now, but
But it was just amazing that he just jumped right into it. There was no second thought. It wasn't like, oh no, guys, we're just taking a serious one. Like he was just
he was cool,
outgoing as
chill,
hell.
and relaxed about it.
And
So
yeah, and you could tell like when he's taking pictures with everyone else, he's all smiling and whatnot. So it was nice.
yeah, it was good stuff. I enjoyed it, and I'm really happy that was something that excited you and made you just complete for the
Oh
day.
yeah, I was so good at that point. And in case anyone doesn't know, that's the brother from Boondock Saints. He plays Connor in from both of the movies. So, and allegedly from the third movie that's supposed to be coming out soon. We Googled it. So they
Yes,
say
allegedly. This is not on any of our word whatsoever. It is just
this is Wikipedia.
what we hear and we're possibly translating. If it's not real, I'm sorry. If it is, awesome.
Yeah, but that was a wonderful moment for me.
Yeah, it was good. I'm
And then
happy.
seeing the way that the picture turned out, his face and your face, and just that was
Yes,
perfect.
it was good. It was good. The way the picture turned out, the emotion inside this picture is described on my shirt how I feel. So when you're looking at this right now, you see that shirt. I'm not gonna describe it, but you guys see it. Is how I felt, or how I should have felt, is portrayed in the picture.
it's how
Bitch,
you,
I'll cut you.
it,
HMO1.
it's how you'll feel if ever that actually happens in reality.
Damn. Well, if in reality you ever decide to hook up
No.
with a celebrity, by all means take lead. Do it, because it ain't gonna happen more than once.
And then you can go around saying you dated someone who dated a celebrity.
Yeah, exactly.
You
Like,
get
yeah,
bragging
it's
rights.
my girlfriend. Just saying, she dated a saint. Just saying.
Oh, wouldn't that be
Uh,
something? But anyway,
that's didn't actually happen.
no.
No dating involved.
Yeah, no.
That was fun though.
So, I mean, another cool thing that we got to see, and I don't know why, like, it stuck in my head so much, was seeing those damn. What were they? What were
The
they?
sugar bear.
Yeah, the sugar bear.
Yeah, we saw a lady was showing off sugar bears and how they can be household pets. They're really cute, almost chipmunky, squirrely looking things. They fucking soft, adorable.
Yeah,
They
this
they
motherfucker got to hold one, and I was just standing there hoping that, I'd get a chance, and nope, it never came around.
Well, see, she stood on the other side of this young, attractive lady that I was standing on the other side of, and we decided that I was going to get the little squirrely thingy.
Uh-huh.
And
Little
actually, the,
squiddy.
the only reason I got to pick it up was because it jumped off the kid in front of me onto the cage and decided to dive into the bucket of nuts. And I pulled it out, and I was like, you can't have all those. Those are treats.
But it was adorable. I mean, the lady was holding it, and she would, let it walk all over the little boys. And, just for anyone who may be wondering, it's part of the marsupial family. It's not a rodent. So they had little informational posters up everywhere. And they said, they don't bite. They get along really well with other animals, your other household pets. And on top of that, they bond really well with people. So the entire time these kids are holding it, it's not trying to escape and get away and run off. It turns around and it looks for the lady who was talking about it, and it just jumps right back into her arms. So
Yeah,
I
they're
thought it was the cutest thing in the world.
yeah they grow an emotional connection to their owners. Whoever you give them the attention, they grow that attention to you. They are very trustworthy. They say they rival the intelligence of dogs, which is dogs are man's best friend. They'll come back to you through thick and thin. So
Yeah, and it even said, if you train them well enough or if you bond with them well enough, you can teach them to, come when they're called, they respond to their name. You can teach them tricks and just, it was all this cool stuff. So it was saying, once you complete that bond, you can take them out to the store, you can take them everywhere you go, and they'll stay with you. They'll just go, they call them pocket pets, I think.
yeah, they're pocket pets.
Because they said that it'll crawl into your pocket and it'll stay there. And it'll just sleep there all day. It just wants to be near you.
Yeah,
So I thought that was the cutest thing.
it loves your heartbeat sounds. It was adorable little thing. And it was cool. They were showing pictures of them, cuddled up with your cat, cuddled up with a dog, and
Mm-hmm.
cute little things. If I were you, I mean, they're kind of pricey, but I think they'd totally be worth it if you can handle a small pet that it doesn't require a lot of maintenance, just love and care. I mean,
Yeah, but just make sure that you're willing to take that responsibility on. I've seen a lot of controversy on the internet. A lot of people are saying this other stuff as opposed to what this official website is trying to tell people.
yeah.
So,
Do your research.
yes,
Don't.
always. And that goes for any animal, but especially with ones like these where they almost border on exotic. I mean, yeah,
Yeah.
you do your
And that's not
research.
just animals, that's anything. Do your research on things before you go out and do it. You never want to end in a predicament where you are unaware, unintelligent, and you're everything about what you're doing.
Unprepared.
Yeah, you want to have the knowledge about anything you're doing. So when you go places, you do things, look it up, take a peek, at least know something.
Oh, yeah.
Don't go in blindsided. I
And
mean, that would suck.
that's just like when we first came here and I had people warning me, oh, well, Nevada driving rules are different from California. And he starts telling me all these things, all these things. You know what? Not a damn one of them has been true so far.
Yeah, nothing too crazy. I mean, the school zones are a lot more strict, but that's
But
the
it's
biggest
still,
thing I can find.
but it's still a good idea to always look it up and make sure that
Yeah,
you know.
do your research. We advise you to use the internet. Most of the time, it's free except for the service. Oh, well, there you go. Anyway, so we haven't come up with a title of the show. Just want to throw this out there real quick while it's on my mind. We don't have a title. We're not really too keen on, calling our show the Ramble Show or something to do with rambling. So please leave suggestions down below in the comments so we can get ideas, and you will definitely be credited if we take your idea or if we use your idea and bounce off of it.
Oh yeah.
So no, you don't get any money for anything. It's just
If
we'll
you
we'll
feel
put
like,
your name somewhere.
and if you feel like just shouting out a possibility, I mean, it's
Yeah,
always appreciated.
it's good. Anyway, I mean, we got back to the Comic Con. We got some good souvenirs too. I mean, we got we got a black and white characters of us. We'll have that up. It should be popping up any second. And I mean, I was hoping we can get a little more detailed, but whatever. It was cool. It was our first one together, so you can see me in my beanie. I smiled big. I tried to let him capture my fangs, my little fangs, but
He
he
kind of
went
got
right
him.
around it.
No, he kind of got him a tiny bit. Like
Oh, a
they're
tiny,
showing
but
up a little.
um, like I said, we got some signed posters from some people and autographs, and I think one of the favorite things that I got that I'm gonna get in trouble for later on is
Uh-huh.
an item from World of Warcraft. I picked up Thrall's hammer, and that image should be popping up with me holding it here in a second, or already up. I don't know, but it's gorgeous. I'm already getting in trouble for beating on things in the house.
Specifically me.
Okay, don't beat on
No,
her. I knocked over a water bottle and pretended to swing in her direction and
and
said, "Night elves suck." And
he pretends a lot. I end up instinctively blocking, and he ends up accidentally hitting me with it.
she swings her arm in the way
So that
of.
is mostly my fault, but it's still funny.
Yeah.
But I already figured out that I'm deeply going to regret the decision to allow you to get that, just because I can already tell something's gonna break. At some point, something will
Someone,
break.
it's a good. I mean, it's a wooden, solid wooden piece that's painted over, and it's a good heavy material. I mean, it doesn't seem like it's a heavy piece of wood, but it's wood. I mean, come on, it's not light either, so it can do some damage. But I think it's kind of hollow, and I think if I hit it hard enough on something, I could break it open, and
You might, yeah.
candy will fall out, or little orcs.
Candy will fall. We got a pinata.
We bought a hammered pinata. Oh man, that was good.
So
Pinatas all around.
That was probably the most exciting thing that we actually brought home from that, though, because that was cool. I mean, we were looking at all the other swords and whatnot, but, I have this thing because way back when my parents took me to a Renaissance festival and they got me a sword because I begged for it. And I took that thing outside and I was chopping up weeds with it and tall, like.
And the blade flew
things.
off and killed a cat.
No, it never flew off, but it started breaking and coming loose, and eventually the handle came off when I was just picking it up. So it's like it wasn't sharp enough to do any damage, but it did fall apart. It was just a junk piece of
Well,
prop.
I'm sure they meant for you to put it on a shelf, look
I'm sure
at
they
it,
did
maybe
too, but
show it off.
I'm sure they did too, but I was a kid and I was excited that I had a damn sword.
That's your parents' fault for getting you a sword. See, I'm an adult. I pick the solid items that are gonna break something.
I never hurt anyone or myself with it, so you know what? All is well. It just broke. But when I went to Fanime, I went and I got myself a katana, and when I went, I knew better than to just go for the props because I was like, no, I don't want something that's gonna break so easy. Not that I want to slash anything with it, but
Except for home invaders.
Yeah, there you go. But I asked the people at the booth, and they told me they were like, okay, well, everything on the wall is a prop, everything on the table is battle ready. Like you could literally pick that thing up, start swinging, and just become a mass murderer right then and there. So you check the pricing, and it's like it's somewhere in the hundreds for an actual decent
yeah,
sword.
they get pricey with those
So
battle ready.
So when we went to this Comic Con, seeing all the swords lying on the table saying $35 and $45, even the ones that looked like they could be something legitimate, you could tell it's like none of these are legit
I
swords.
think the only legit ones are the non like anime inspired ones,
but
like
even
katanas
those.
and stuff, but the
Even
zombie
those were super
the
cheap.
zombie killer ones and whatnot, those straight blades
I
were
think
those were a little more real because those were kind of sharp when I picked it up.
Well, I think the daggers were the ones. The daggers are like the little hammer thing that we would see, or not the hammer, the little mini axe.
Oh yeah,
I think those things are probably more legit because those are a little easier to make and easier to make like a regular knife, but swords just take way too much effort and they were all too cheap to be real. So that was the only thing, or else we would have possibly gotten something, but I think we're pretty happy with Thrall's hammer.
We're definitely happy with Thrall's hammer. He is actually the brother to my favorite World of Warcraft character, Grom Hellscream. So, brother, am I saying? I hope he's his brother. Now, if I'm wrong, I'm gonna be mad. But
I was gonna say I don't think so, but I could be wrong because I never studied up on orcs.
No, you were some night elf thing.
Yeah, we're excited. Now that he's got Thrall's hammer, we might be able to cosplay next year.
Yes, we are actually hoping to cosplay. If you have any ideas, post those down in the comments. We'd love to have ideas on what to cosplay. We have some up in the air For me, my favorite hero, Iron Man. Would love to go as him one day, but I won't go unless the suit is so legit you would think I was from the movies.
Mm-hmm.
Um, I also thought about going as Cloud from Final Fantasy VII, which would be a little weird because he's kind of portrayed Asian-y.
Oh yeah.
So, and I'm typical redneck looking white dude, kind of. Some say I look like Adam Sandler, but also going as Grom Hellscream or Thrall. So I mean, there's pretty good options for us. And she wanted to go as Blue from Wolf's Rain.
Or even Cheza from Wolf's Rain. And then
Jezza.
I was also thinking of the whole Night Elf possibility, dressing up as a Night Elf Sentinel or Tyrant Whisperwind. Something to that effect. Or I was even thinking just cosplaying as my main character from World of Warcraft, which is a Night Elf Hunter. But that's getting into a nerdy subject that's a little more in depth than another subject. But
Nerdy. We
speaking,
are definitely nerdy,
yeah.
though.
But speaking of the Cloud cosplay, that was one that kind of irked me a little bit because my whole concept of cosplay goes along the lines of I am a firm believer in if you're gonna cosplay as a character, you damn well better have either played the game or watched the movie.
Yes, running across Cloud and Tifa today, and I mean, they had great costumes,
Oh yeah.
especially Cloud. But I went up to Cloud and I asked him what his favorite materia is. And if you don't play the game, materia are just items you can equip to certain weapons or armor that give you magic abilities for this game. So that's kind of the basic lowdown. And the Buster Sword can only have 2 slots. So I went up there and asked him what's his favorite 2 materia for the Buster Sword. And he started describing the material of his sword. And I said, no, 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 not the material of your sword. What materia, what magic do you like to use in Final Fantasy VII? And
He just had this blank stare on his face, like he was stuck. He
he
didn't
did
know.
not know. No, he was like,
He didn't know what you were talking about.
I don't know.
And then just did that kind of smile and laugh it off kind of thing, and we're like,
So
oh.
I let him go and I walked away, and that was irritating.
Yeah, you don't cosplay as someone without knowing a little bit at least, the basics. Otherwise, I'm sorry, that just kind of seems like a poser to me. But
Very poser.
that's just my opinion, our opinion, whatever. But it's like if you're gonna cosplay as someone, at least do your research and know who you're cosplaying as. Otherwise, someone's gonna walk up to you and ask a question, you're just gonna make yourself look stupid. That's just how it is. And it doesn't take that much effort to play Final Fantasy VII. I mean, if you've got a PlayStation, you can just play it for $10 or borrow someone else's game. I'm sure there's ways that, you can get a hold of something.
Google it. Like I
There
said,
you
don't
go.
go into things not knowing. Look it up. Know something about what you're doing. You
Exactly.
can't just go, this character looks cool. I'm going to dress up as that.
Yeah.
And I'm not saying you can't. You can do whatever you want, but
It might make things awkward when someone asks you a legitimate question about it.
yes, because, I mean, you. That's blasphemy. That's all I got to say about that.
For lack of a better word.
Yes.
But no, but it was still cool to see all the people there, and all the rest of them seemed to be pretty into their actual cosplay. I mean, they at least played the part. I mean, I don't know. Some of them were a little bit awkward to walk up to. Like, they were just dressing up to dress up, and they weren't really playing any part. They were just kind of doing a pose, whatever. But a lot of them looked like they were really getting into it. Like all the Deadpools, you could tell anyone who cosplays as Deadpool is going to be an outgoing person who's going to do something stupid, And it's the best thing about them. But same with all the Spider-Mans are always outgoing. It's like, you can tell.
Oh, yeah. Spider-Mans. There was a lot of Spider-Mans, a lot of Deadpools. They were pretty, they're out there.
Yeah.
There was 3 Deadpools walking around going, vote for Deadpool. We have tacos. And I was in instantly. We have tacos. I'm there.
Sean's kryptonite.
Yes. So it's all about perspective. Know something about the character you're playing, or know something about what you're gonna do. Don't go in blind. It's
Yeah, like all the characters I ever want to cosplay as is a show that I've watched all the way through or a game that I've played through. So more often than not, at least I know what I'm doing if I'm saying I'm going to cosplay. Otherwise, I just won't do it. So, but again,
to
that's
correct
just us.
myself earlier. Grom and Thrall are not brothers. They were just really good best friends. But that could also be considered brothers because I have best friends that I consider more brotherly than I do best friendly. And I mean, some of you know who you are. So I mean, there's no way. It's just kind of like that.
Yeah, sometimes it transcends blood. family can be the people who you keep close to.
You cut your hands together, you shake hands, say blood brothers.
Yeah,
Okay,
sure.
don't do that. That's how you get AIDS and HIV nowadays.
Yeah, we're not endorsing that in any way, shape, or form. Don't do it.
Nope, we don't advise. Actually, we unadvise. Yeah, so tonight we're smoking hookah, like every night. What flavor do we have today, Celeste?
This one's Peach Queen, and this one, when I smelled it when we were in the store checking it out, and I had it held right up to my face, it almost smelled minty, and I was kind of doubtful. But I mean, as soon as you started smoking it, it was just, oh man, that's the perfect kind of peach.
Some good peach.
Yeah, it's not like Irish peach or any of that.
I advise everyone get a little peach in their lives and say your life is peachy. We did go to a hookah lounge when we first got here. I forget the name of it, but we got peach flavored hookah. Then they served us like peach iced tea and something else, and we were just like, man, our lives are peachy.
When we got a flavor refill, we got another peach one, and
yeah, different kind of peach. It was kind of brutal.
That was fun.
So we want to know, kind of, sort of, what we're going to start doing a related question to kind of what the big event of our week was, which this case it was her birthday, Comic-Con, which is a good day. What is your favorite nerd thing? And let's rephrase that a little bit. What's your favorite nerdism? Is it a superhero? Is it a video game? Is it a board game? A comic game? Anything you want, comic-y, anything. What is your favorite? What gets your nerdism going? Geekism? Me, myself, I love Iron Man or Gears of War. Those are two of my biggest things. I mean, I got them both tattooed on me. Those pictures will not pop up, but those are two of my biggest nerd things, period. I mean, we both play Magic the Gathering.
Oh, yeah.
And there was a Magic booth there, but we don't. They took it from Target and overpriced it,
yeah,
like you said earlier.
When I look at Magic booths, I'm excited because I'm thinking, oh, maybe they'll have some of the older sets there. That'd be really cool. And maybe they've got some of the more rare old ones posted up for you to just buy individually, stuff like that. But we go up there and they've just got all the current ones and all the ones that are like maybe the last 2 blocks or 3 blocks. And that was it. So I was kind of disappointed. I was like, if you're going to put up a Magic booth, at least try to have some legit older boosters to be able to buy, Because then it's just, you could go to the store and find the same exact thing. Except that they had their little box full of 1,000 cards for like $20 or something. It's like 1,000 cards for $20, you're going to get shit.
Yeah. Well, there was also the quick grabs. It was 12 rares for $5. So
yeah.
Which
are probably all the shitty rares.
I was tempted to grab like 2 of them because then who knows, you might get something you need.
Maybe.
I kind of like getting stuff I need. We do that. So yeah, go ahead and post down below what your nerdism is. Share. Share. The more comments, the better. The better idea we can get of our crowd. Suggestions, advice. We're still on trial episode number 2. There's going to be 5 trial episodes before we kick this thing off, with all the advice that we've been getting and everything. So we're trying things out as we go. And that's just, after we start number 5, it's kind of how it's going to stick, how the layout's going to be. So if you want to hear certain things, you want certain things to be incorporated, by all means, comment below. Share your nerdism. Share your ideas.
Yeah, we love seeing what people have to say and everything. It's all appreciated, whether we actually say anything or not. We do appreciate everything.
I do try to get on there with my own profile and comment below everybody. So because I have a separate profile from our account here we share with this. So I try to get on there and kind of talk to and get involved and whatnot. And I definitely will be doing that. So if you guys are persistent and there, I'll be happy to get on and chat with you and whatnot. And it'll be great stuff. So, don't be afraid. Join us. Join the cause. Come to the dark side. We have cookies.
We're not turning this into a cult.
And dental. And sometimes Mountain Dew.
What about Pepsi?
What about Pepsi?
We have to have that too.
No, we don't have Pepsi.
Yes.
Run! Okay, we had Pepsi only because Celeste wants it.
It's usually the only reason it's ever around because Celeste wants it.
Nobody else drinks it. Yeah, I'll go for my Mountain Dews when we have friends over.
That's fine by me. I need all the Pepsis I can get.
All the Pepsis in the world.
Uh,
So I mean, it was a good day today, and I mean,
oh
I
yeah.
wish some of you could have been there with us.
I
Going
would
to
have.
these Comic Cons and whatnot. It's great. We plan on going some more. We want you guys to also in below. If you know an event coming up in our area, we live in Las Vegas, and you would like us to try to attend this. I'm not saying we can. We're not famous and rich, but if we can attend it and you want to hear about it, you want to hear about it on the show and maybe see some pictures, send it to us. Let us know. Put it in the comments. Say, hey, you guys should check this out, and take pictures, post it up, and whatnot, and we'll see if we can do that. And if not, we'll politely let you down and say, I'm sorry, your event wasn't good enough for us.
Okay, maybe not quite that bad.
Okay, I'm a rude individual.
Yes. No, most likely the reason that we can't go is either we can't afford it or it clashes with work. I'm sorry, we're both working individuals. We cannot, do everything.
Yes, we have to go. We have to go out in the world and strive to make money, and
so we can
you know,
spend it all, during the first week that we have it on bills and.
yeah, we're not rich. We're just two humble kids spending. I did recently pick up two more Iron Man comics, and I want to make a shout out to my brother Rabbit for buying me my first one. I never owned any comics of the Iron Man sort until he got that one for me, and it was much appreciated. So I went out and got some more. So now I got a few more in my collection, and I kind of enjoy getting those. So I might be doing that some more often. It's pretty cool. And you have some World of Warcraft books. And
Oh yeah, I've got a graphic novel for World of Warcraft, and I have a trilogy, but it's all, they decided to produce it all in one book with all three trilogies, and it's called War of the Ancients. It's actually really good read. The author is amazing. His writing style is.
Is that massive
Great.
book on the shelf?
Yes, that's the one that I want you to read.
I don't read a lot, guys. Comics is about my stretch. I mean, I read the Gears of War novels. I'm done with 4 out of 5, and I'm working on number 5. I'm about halfway done. I don't read much, but Gears of War as being a big part of my life, and I mean, it's tattooed on me, the logo anyway. It's kind of, I feel like I owe the books a read. I've never been into much bigger things, so, I mean, it's pretty cool. Also picked up, what did we pick up? Fallout 3 New Vegas, or I don't know if it's 3, but
It's
Fallout
not three, yeah.
Yeah,
It's
I'm
just.
sorry, not 3. I lost 3, but Fallout New Vegas, that's pretty good. I know I'm a little late on the blooming side, whatever, but it's a good game.
Hey, better late than never, they usually say.
Yeah, well, the reason we're late on some games that we play is because they're cheaper 10 years down the road.
Exactly. So that's why we're waiting on Destiny.
Yeah, Destiny. We're gonna wait another 10 years for Destiny. That ain't gonna happen anytime soon.
It's gonna sit at GameStop with my $5 credit hold on it.
Yes.
Don't you fuckers forget I still have $5 on this thing.
They're coming out with a new Mortal Kombat X, I believe it's called, and they just released Mortal Kombat. And I'm like, I just got the new one. Why am I gonna go
Well,
get the
that's just
next
like
one?
they just released Call of Duty Advanced Warfare. Now they're working on a Black Ops 3, and they released a. I think they released a trailer for it.
But at least those are like as
They semi differ.
yeah, they're different makers. One's Treyarch, one's Activision. I don't know.
Yeah.
Don't quote me, anybody. But I know they're two different makers, so they are the same game, but Black Ops went down a different line where the other one went the other way. The Modern Warfare series went that way. So they kind of like they're making them halfway through the release of the last game. So
yeah. And nobody cares about ghosts.
Yeah, I don't know what Ghost is.
I'm sorry. I thought the storyline was fun, but multiplayer I could not stand it.
Yeah, no multiplayer. So, it was good games. We picked up some of the new Magic the Gathering cards. I know none of you really play it. The Magic Gods might smite some of you. But picked up some new Magic cards. Been playing that. It's pretty cool. Took out the all new Dragon sets, like I was saying before. You are love dragons.
Yeah,
So
I've always been big on dragons. The Shards block started me on it, and I've had my dragon deck ever since. So,
dragon.
and that
Mother of
deck,
dragons before Khaleesi.
yeah.
Just saying.
I actually have the Dragon Broodmother. And you know, it's funny with that card is my prized possession because I have the promo and it has my 18th birthday printed on it, and they're all hollows.
Like a boss. State Farm is there.
That
We
no.
we we I don't know who has State Farm anymore, but so Game of Thrones has actually been on recently. It's back on, and I don't know if anybody out there is a Game of Thrones fan, but damn, it's a good show. If you're
Yeah.
not into it, watch it all, binge watch it like a mother trucker. Like we said in the last episode, you binge watch that show. You don't.
And we know that there are leaked episodes out. Oh yeah, you can watch all these new ones before they're even showing on TV. But and I keep on stressing this to all my friends online who keep telling, I tell them, oh, I just watched the next episode, and they go, all of them are released, right? I can't say it enough. It does not matter if you've already watched it. If you usually watch it on HBO or Hulu or whatever, watch it again when they come out because the more viewers that they get, the more money they'll be willing to budget the next season. So if all these people are not watching just because they can download it, they're not going to have enough viewers to really justify spending all kinds of money on the next season, and it'll just,
It'll die
there won't
off
be as many
a sad,
dragons
horrible
or
death.
White Walkers or anything, like you want to see this stuff. You want to
Yeah,
see this
you don't
shit.
want this whole season to be winter's coming and next season winter's still coming and it's over. Because all you mofos in there decided to download it and not watch it on even if you did download it and watched it, play it on HBO. Just turn it on and let it run through,
Exactly.
or
Just
Hulu
to
or whatever.
show your support for
Show
TV
your
series,
respect.
yeah, that you still love. But I mean, yeah, it's insane. It's wonderful. We're not going to spoil anything, but these new episodes have been just awesome. In fact, there's another new one tomorrow.
Yes, another new one tomorrow. Yeah, every Sunday, Game of Thrones. Check it out. It's awesome. Um, can't wait for The Walking Dead to come back because
Oh yeah.
now, being at Comic Con, every time that Walking Dead comes on, we're gonna be able to point and say, "I shook his hand. I shook his hand. I met him. I know him."
We're gonna sound like broken records, and we're gonna be saying it to each other. You're gonna be like, "I shook his hand," and be like, "I know, I did too."
Cry me a river. Okay, well,
Not even relevant.
not relevant. I understand, but yeah, we'll definitely be doing that on repeat. So,
I know, in addition to The Walking Dead, Game of Thrones is weird. I don't know if anyone's a fan out there, but we also watch Once Upon a Time. And that one's a fun show. I mean, the entire premise of it is interesting because it's the kind of thing where every once in a while you might think about it or picture it, like, what if fairy tale characters were in the real world? And
it's a pretty addicting show. I mean, it's not.
you can tell it's semi low budget, like, the graphics aren't like the most insane or the craziest, but you know
No.
what? They make it work and it's still addicting regardless.
Yeah, it's a good addicting show. I mean, not as many people die as in Game of Thrones. Don't get me wrong, but the idea that all the Disney shows that our generation watched as kids coming to a reality like into
And
a small town in the middle of somewhere in the world.
and being linked together.
Yeah, and they're all connected. I think the biggest reason you would like the show is because of how everything's connected. You've always, to me, when you see multiple games, like when Kingdom Hearts came out and you had Disney and Final Fantasy and all the Disney movies were
Oh
kind of
yeah.
connected, that's kind of how it is. You like seeing all these characters together. You like seeing, Mickey and Donald run around with Simba, and then the Little Mermaid, and it was just cool to see them all connect. So this is kind of what it is on almost like a fantasy reality TV show. So I think it's worth a watch. And we're not trying to advertise for anybody here. We're just suggesting what we like a lot. So
Yeah.
this
These
is stuff we watch. We also watch Pokemon.
Not so much of the new stuff. I
Not
mean, we
anymore, but we watched every freaking episode from day one until it started sucking.
and we've still been kind of semi keeping up on the movies, especially whenever they show on Netflix. But you're such a dork.
Blowing smoke into the air and trying to catch it.
No, but I mean, it's still fun to watch it. It's still fun to get into it. But the Pokemon nowadays are just They're running out of ideas. You can tell. When you have a garbage bag, there's something wrong with that.
Garbage bag with a face. They got bubbles with a
They have
face. I
ice cream
mean,
cones with a face.
speaking of bubbles, go watch Powerpuff Girls. It's awesome. Buttercup is the best. That green Powerpuff Girl is awesome. Anyway, moving on.
Sean's random little tidbit.
Yeah. Random little tidbit of notion.
Well, while we're on the subject of randomly suggesting shows that we watched, Digimon.
Digimon.
No, I was very addicted to that when I was a kid. I have seen every single season, except for the newest ones. I don't know. I stopped at season 5, or after season 5. But, I hear that it got pretty interesting. Anyway.
I was never really into Digimon too much.
Yeah, well, a lot of people got divided between Digimon and Pokemon because they all thought that one copied the other. But you know what? When it comes down to it, if you're a fan, you're a fan. It doesn't really matter if they copied allegedly or not. If you like them both, you like them both. It's just like that whole, that rivalry between PlayStation and Xbox. You know what? If you're a gamer, you want to play them both, play them both. There's no shame in playing two different game consoles.
Yeah, be a man. Or a woman.
I'll say, don't be sexist here.
Or a she-man. Or a man-she.
A banshee. Banshee?
Not a banshee. A man-she. So I think this about wraps up our week. I mean, it was fun, exciting. We kind of went over it all. Again, with the comments, we need the comments. We need to know what we're doing right, what we're doing wrong.
Yeah,
Help us out.
It's great to have feedback.
I know a lot of you are our close friends and family at this moment since we're just barely starting out and whatnot.
Oh, yeah.
That's why we want your comments. Because you guys should be the ones to give us some critical judgment. Anyone, for that matter. If you listen to it, by all means. Share. Do stuff for us. Help us out. Don't do anything for us, but give us ideas. Tell us, you guys talked about this too long. You guys cut that out. You guys give us ideas. Bad, good. Take this out. Add this. Any ideas are good ideas. Actions are what can be bad. So, I mean, I had an idea once to murder 300,000 people. But it was also a good idea not to do it. So, I mean.
Wow. This is the first I've heard about such horrible genocidal ideas.
It was hypothetical. It was a...
You could tell a little more accurate ideas. Like, I had an idea to jump off a roof once, and I decided not to do it because I realized it would be a bad idea.
No, it wouldn't be a bad idea. The good idea was not to do it.
Yeah.
But I can't say that. Sorry, guys. Jumping off roofs is something I like to do, so I probably did it anyway.
Well, yes. Me, not so much. I would break legs.
Yes, then for you thought of another good idea, and you're like, maybe I'll just climb down. So... good ideas all the way around. Whether you want us to remove something, don't talk about certain things, don't exaggerate. Anything you can, help us. Don't be shy. And we only pressed this now because last episode we didn't quite get as many comments as we were looking for and ideas. They were coming to us from Facebook, and some of you even have our numbers and texted us. But we're not looking for it there. We're looking for it on the show. So putting them in the YouTube thing kind of helps us keep better track of them. So I'm not going through my phone, looking, okay, who texted me what, and then I gotta go to Facebook, who messaged me this, who commented this. Just, if you keep it on the YouTube channel right here, it'll be a lot easier for us to keep track of and keep the ideas fresh in our head, because we look at that quite often. Whereas Facebook, I'm not on all the time. I try to get on a little more because I'm not connected with you all anymore, so I get on there to keep in touch. Celeste, she's a little more on it than I am. Mm-hmm. She's not a Facebook whore, but maybe a Facebook slut. I don't know.
Oh, Jesus.
So, yeah, leave comments. Let us know. We want to know what you guys want to listen to. And if this show wasn't it, well, then I guess we'll try something a little different. I mean, we don't want to change our whole perspective because, like Celeste said, I do like I got the idea from doing a talk show from Kevin Smith and his Hollywood Babylon, which is good, but that's Hollywood news, joking Hollywood news all the way through.
They have their specific structure that they do.
Yeah, they do the same thing all the time. The idea for this one with me and Celeste here, I got from Kevin Smith's Smodcast podcast called Plus One, where him and his wife sit down and they just talk about things in their life. Like, they literally just talk about things that happened in their life. And I mean, I love it. I love listening to their live because they do more interesting things than me. So it's fun, and it passes the time really well. You know, I can hear them joke and talk, and it's good stuff, especially when you're at work. It passes the time. So I want to make that something that we can do for you guys. And Celeste is on the same boat.
Yeah.
She wants it to be something you guys enjoy listening to, and you want to come back for the next episode. You want to, put it on your MP3 player. Just let it play while you're working or while you're driving, and just
Yeah.
laugh.
But
And
this is
don't crash your
also
car into the side of the road because you're laughing too hard. If we get you to laugh that hard, I mean,
yeah, but we also just this is why we have these test episodes because we want to try out different, styles of how we're going to do this, different structures and see what works best.
yeah,
So that's why we had our specific subject last time. This time we mostly just talked about what we've done and what we did this week and
yeah. It's kind of a different, like last time we talked about disorder, so it was a subjecty matter. Where this one is a generic. What do we do for the week?
and who knows, maybe we'll just mix them up. Every once in a while if something comes up in our lives during a week, we'll make a subject out of it and we'll be like, "Oh, we're just going to talk
And we'll
about this a
rant on
little
about that.
bit."
So it's good. We need good.
Good feedback.
Yes, criticism at its best.
Yes, constructive
Please.
criticism is perfectly fine. Won't hurt our feelings. You won't make us cry in a corner. I promise. We'll be fine. We won't hold it
I
against
won't
you.
crush her skull with Thrall's hammer.
You weren't funny enough.
So yeah, leave us some feedback, and this has been episode number 2.
Well, what about
Test.
your song?
Yeah, I know.
Oh, okay.
I always know about my song.
I make sure. I don't know if you remember or not.
I remember everything. I'm the king of remembering stuff
Yeah.
sometimes.
Sure.
This has been episode number 2, test episode number 2 of Unnamed. Leave us suggestions. Try not to leave 1,000 comments a piece. Just you can do it all in one. If you guys don't know how to work YouTube.
If we really feel like splitting it up, we don't really care. Just make sure it's not excessive and unnecessary.
Yeah. We want more comments, but not if it's all from one person going, "The show sucked. Please don't do it again. Thank you. P.S. You're a..." And, that's just too many comments.
Those are too many words.
Too many words. Yes. But I'm going to leave you with another song tonight. And the songs I suggest for you guys are not for me to play for you. I'm not going to upload it for you. You search it. You Google it. You YouTube it. You download it. Whatever you want. I advise you go buy the CD. Sometimes maybe downloading's illegal. And, it's not cool.
You can always look it up on YouTube if you really feel like it. Though.
Yeah,
I mean,
YouTube. It's just easier that way.
Yeah.
So the song that we have today is a good one we've been listening to all week, and it's called "Gravity" by Papa Roach, and it features Maria Brink, which is the singer from In This Moment. And the song's really good. I mean, I really like it. Maria Brink is one of my absolute favorite female vocalists.
Oh, he's got the biggest crush on her in the world.
Biggest crush. And I'm not just suggesting this to you because I have a crush on her, but Papa Roach is good. The song came out good. And I mean, it's just overall a good song. It's put together. I mean, what do you think about this song?
Well, it started off a little bit slow the first few times I heard it, and I was like, okay, these verses could stand to have a little bit more. But the more I listened to it, the more I actually attributed it to the music video that came out. The more I was liking it. But what really hooked me every time was the chorus. I love the way that he combines his voice with Maria Brink's.
Yes.
They sound great together. They make it flow together. It's just a great song.
Yeah. So get on YouTube, check it out. It's called Gravity, the stuff that holds you on the earth. It's by Papa Roach and Maria Brink. They just released the actual music video recently, if not a couple days ago, probably. So it's a good music video. I mean, check it out. And that'll wrap up our episode of Unnamed again. Fix that for us. I'm Sean.
I'm Celeste.
And we're out.